Alright, so I've started cleaning out the enclosures. I'm doing my Boas first. So Jimmy is in this big tub right now while I clean out his PVC enclosure. And I decided to jump in and do Morticia's too, because I'm upgrading her. As you guys can see, she's been in this very small tub since I had her, because she's the baby of the family. Back when she was as long as a pin, she was in this enclosure, but it's way too small. It's been too small. I don't know why I've been dragging my feet with updating her enclosure, but you know, I'm finally doing it, and so I decided to show you guys her upgrade. Now, eventually when she's full grown, she will get a custom PVC cage, just like Jimmy has. But for right now, I'm going to stick to tubs, because tubs help with humidity, easy to clean, yada yada yada, and it sits perfectly on top of Jimmy's enclosure. So let me show y'all that. So this is Jimmy's enclosure. I just cleaned it out, put new paper in, put fresh water in, cleaned off his hide because he pooped and shed. So I just cleaned this, and so now above him will be Morticia. So I gave her a bigger tub. I think this is like 32 quarts. No, 28 quarts. It's 28 quarts. And her a bigger water bowl than what she has on now, and I'll stick her hide over here, and I'm gonna get another hide for this side, even though she really doesn't, I don't know, I feel like she doesn't give a damn about the hides really. She's not really shaky and scared. And what I've noticed with my boas, that my ball pythons, they like to see me, they like to see their owners, they like to, so they don't hide as much. So she has a hide, but she's rarely in it. But I think just for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and give her a second hide there. Been to Dollar Tree, and you know, gotta do the bootleg, you know, cheap budget version of a hide. But yeah, so just want to show y'all a little upgrade. So let's get ready to get Morticia in her new enclosure. Temporary, because it's going to be upgraded again the bigger she gets. Okay, so Morticia's in a funky mood. She hissed at me, which is the first time in I don't know how long that's happened, but she did not want to be bothered. But you know, it is what it is. She'll feel better once I feed her. But now she's exploring her new enclosure, and I definitely need to get her a bigger hide, even though she doesn't go in it. She always lays on top of it. But yeah, I'm gonna get her one for this side, one for that side. And again, this is just until she grows big enough to move to the next level. But eventually she will get an enclosure just like Jimmy, 4 foot or 6 foot, depending on how big she gets. Because you know, every animal is different. You can have 2 BCIs and one end up bigger than the next. And for most snakes, females always end up bigger than males. That's just a given. So, you know, we'll see. She might end up needing an 8 foot enclosure. I might upgrade both of them to an 8 foot enclosure. Jimmy's been in this for a long time. This is 6 foot. Yeah, 6 foot enclosure. The issue with him is that because of situation that happened before he was rescued by my mentor, his stunt is kind of, you know, his growth is stunted. He's not going to get any bigger, and that's just because of the previous owner before my mentor rescued him and rehabilitated him. So he's not going to get any bigger, but 9 times out of 10 Morticia's going to be way bigger. So I think I might upgrade both of them into 8 foot enclosures, just so they can have that space, because Jimmy definitely utilizes this whole thing. He utilizes his space. And I know Morticia, even though she's mad at me, she's gonna utilize this space as well. I'm gonna add fake plants and branches in here, just for enrichment and to stimulate her. Because boas, they're a lot different than ball pythons. Ball pythons, they could be in their hides for most of the day and not be bothered. Although I have seen some people have some great enclosures with ball pythons where they give them a tree branch and they actually climb. So I'm not saying ball pythons don't climb. I'm just saying they don't really care as much. But with boas, that's a different story. You put them near a tree or near logs or plants or anything like that, they will explore. They are some curious snakes. So she's hanging on to this spot thread, but let me play with it, see if she so I can close it. But yeah, this is just a quick video. I didn't want to take too long. See, you hear her? She don't want me touching her butt. She's in a bad mood. She may be about to go into shed soon, which is understandable. So I'm gonna offer her food tonight because she's not in blue yet. So maybe she'll eat it, but for right now she mad at me. But hey, I gave you more space. I gave you more space, baby. Why are you mad? Oh, let me stop before she strike and bite my ass. She's never done before, but I don't want today to be the day. Especially after that hissing. But yep, enough of an update. Morticia got a bigger tub, and as she gets bigger and grow more, I'm gonna keep adding to the tub, adding the size, you know, adding heights, plants, trees, logs, whatever. And then eventually when she gets up there close to Jimi's size, we would do the custom PVC enclosure, which I know she will love. But let me go ahead and close this thing before she strikes, because she is moody. But yeah, the only goals I have for 2021/2022 is updating everybody's enclosures, including the ball pythons that are in my bedroom. The shelf that I got from Office Depot. It's like a metal shelf that house all the ball pythons in their tubs. It has served me well for these past couple of years, but I want something that's more aesthetically pleasing as well as practical, helping with cleaning, feeding, and as well as I can add more enrichment for the snakes to enjoy. Like, I got a new snake rack and I'm buying another one so that all of the ball pythons will be in there, but their snake racks are going to be big enough to where I can add stuff, plants, things like that, little enrichment stuff, 2 highs on each side, and just so they won't feel crowded but feel secure at the same time, you know what I'm saying? And it will look aesthetically pleasing, and it will save a lot of space, because y'all seen my vlogs, y'all seen my reviews, you know, the background, that rack that stands behind me with all the snake tubs, you know, it takes up too much space. I have way too many thermostats and heat pads connected separately, where if you use a snake rack, you can it can all be on one outlet, you know, which is a lot better. 1 or 2 outlets depending on how your snake rack is built. And it saves space. So space, size for the snakes, you know, give them enough room and enough to add more arrangements, and aesthetically pleasing for me, because my room looks a mess. And if you you know, if y'all go back and look at old reviews, y'all will see that in the background, you know, that huge rack with all my ball pythons in the background is not cute. Not cute at all. Especially because I have all the books on top of each tub to make sure they don't escape. So with the snake rack, it will be a whole lot better, a whole lot more secure, no escapees. I don't have to put books on top, and it's better all around for everybody. Now, I know a lot of people in the reptile community, especially on YouTube and Instagram, are going the bioactive route with their snakes and lizards. Lizards I can understand, and I do want to do a bioactive enclosure for Moonlight, my crested gecko. And when I get lychee geckos added to the collection, I'm definitely doing bioactive with them as well. But when it comes to ball pythons and boas, I'm not there yet. I'm just gonna say it, I'm not there yet. I still have to do more research on how to do it right and properly, because I'm not gonna say I'm doing bioactive, set up bioactive, and then it don't work, and I have a whole bunch of isopods and other critters and stuff. I get the perks of bioactive, but for right now with the snakes I have, I'm not. The only time I'm converting to bioactive is when it comes to the geckos. because I want to do a whole setup where it's bioactive and I can add a mister to it, so I can stop misting every night and stop having to get other people to mist every night, like when I went out of town for my sister's wedding and stuff like that. Like, so the geckos are definitely going to go that route. Like I said, I'm still doing research because I want to do it right, I want to do it properly, I want to do it well, and I don't want any mistakes. But as far as snakes go, you know, hats off to those who got bioactive for their snakes. Hats off to y'all. Y'all are the goats. I'm not there yet. I'm not. But we'll see. I'm not gonna say I'll never do it, but we'll see. And I'm still doing research, like, you know, how will it work with ball pythons, how will it work with boas, is it possible, especially with big boas that's like 6+ feet, and if so, you know, how can I properly do it? Because again, right now I haven't built my ranch yet. I haven't built my house and my ranch yet. So right now, which is the goal, so right now I am in a 1-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? My boas are in my living room, and you know, my ball pythons are in my bedroom. So eventually the goal is to get my own house built on my granddad's property in the back, with, you know, turn it to a ranch so I can have other animals like llamas and stuff like that. That's a goal, that's a dream. And goats, my granddad used to own goats, and I grew up helping him raise goats, so I really want to get goats again. I miss those animals. But I also want to build a big giant reptile shed, you know, get insulated air and stuff like that. But I want to have a big facility on the land back there specifically for my reptiles, and you know, and have a generator, maybe 2 generators, because Tennessee weather is so unpredictable. We've had storms that are like regular storms, and not hurricanes or anything, they're like regular storms, but because of all the trees and everything, we were out of power for almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks with no power, that can't, not with my snakes, that can't happen. Luckily I made it work and my snakes survived, and we were able to, you know, have other ways of heating them and keeping them warm. But it's just, I don't want to ever go through that again. So, you know, I have a lot of things. So anyways, I'm rambling. 2021, this year and next year, is all dedicated to updating enclosures, giving them bigger space, more room, more enrichment, and making it more convenient and more sustainable for me as well. It has to be a balance. It has to benefit the keeper and the kept, as the great Tom Crutchfield always say. So the keeper and the kept, I love his quotes. He is so amazing. Shout out to Tom Crutchfield. I'll hope to get an animal from him one day, but anyways, I digress. Yeah, that's it. So this is just a quick update. I'm gonna let y'all see Jimmy. I just cleaned out his enclosure, so he's been you know, doing what he do. He just drank water while I was sitting here talking, and now he's going into his hide. He utilizes his hide. Morticia doesn't give a damn about her hide. Like, look, I done flipped this hide over twice since I gave her bigger tub, and she just keeps knocking it to the side. She don't give a damn. She don't. But I do like that every time, regardless whether it's a ball python or a boa, whenever I take my snakes out, of their enclosure, whether it's to clean or we're going to a photo shoot or we're going to a birthday party or something like that, every time I put them back in, they go straight for the water bowl and get a drink of water. They like, that's the first thing they do. Like, they don't care. They like, let me get my water, then I'll go to sleep or do whatever. But anywho, I just cleaned the boas, got them situated, about to head over to the ball pythons. Then later on tonight we feed them. I gotta check my feeding schedule, see who ate last, because some of them were in shed, some of them just, like Morticia, she just pooped recently, so I know she's gonna be hungry again. And so yeah, let me just go ahead and get it done. I'm not gonna record it because that shit is mundane and boring in my opinion. Maybe one day I'll do a time lapse, but not now. Anyways, I'm done wrapping this video up because I'm rambling now. I am Prince Elias for SnakePrinceVlogs. I almost said Snake Cinema reviews. No, Mondays. For Snake Prince Vlogs. And we will check y'all in the next video. Peace.